Hi folks, it's Dan here and welcome back to episode 4 of my current Japan save with YSCC Yokohama. Since we were last together, there's been quite a lot of stuff happening and I'll take you through the, where we are so far this season. So we're currently ninth in J1 League and we've had a bit of a, it's been a bit all over the place, to be honest. A fair few wins and a fair few defeats with one draw. So a little bit all over the place. But the good news is that we have picked up a couple of wins in J1 and importantly against Yokohama FC and also against Kobe, who was second at the time in the league. And what I've done is I've actually had a bit of a shift of tactics. Um, what I wanted to do was just look at where the strengths in the team are, and we've got a lot of firepower up front. So essentially, what I've looked to do is to look at where the strengths are within the team, and we have a really good wing back. And as you kind of go down the most able players in the squad, what you'll see is that there are forwards, so it made sense to just put two guys up front. We've got no one who can really play as kind of more orthodox right and left wingers, so we're playing them in this advanced position. So amazingly, we have only conceded one goal with this kind of tactic, but we are playing balanced. It's not the way I want to play football. I would prefer to have more central midfielders, higher wingers, and just really good midfielders who can snaffle up opposition attacks in the centre of the pitch, and just really solid defenders and a good goalkeeper. But we don't have those things, so I'm being forced to adapt. So fingers crossed. You may notice there are a few new names lying around, and that is essentially because we've had a massive fire sale in terms of people that have gone out the door. Most significantly, we sold Shah to Sapporo for 3.4 million, and that could rise to 4.2. That was taken out of my hands. The board of directors basically sanctioned that bid. Loads of offers for him that were lower, and I just decided that we were gonna whack up the asking price, and someone came in for him. So that's fine. Who else? Maejima also left to go to Yokohama, which is a bit of a controversial one given that they're rivals. Yuri Kutz left to go to Mito. He came back on loan and he wasn't going to go anywhere. And Harkonnen went to Fukuoka for 245,000. Nathan Odekonyero also went. Sendai met his minimum release transfer clause, so off he went. And yeah, I don't think there's too many people of like major notes. No, not particularly. So the people that we have brought in, so to effectively to replace Shah, we brought in Noguchi, who is looking fairly solid. We brought him in for 725,000. We brought in Sakata, who is, I think he was a bit of a panic buy, to be honest. We needed a right winger. 23 years old. He could be decent, so he is just going to be backup. We brought in a Slovak goalkeeper, Alex Wojciech. Um, I think that's a Czech sound as opposed to set or set. Um, I don't know. My wife's Slovakian, and I should know better, really. But he has actually been really rather decent. The coach report doesn't say that he is likely to improve, but he is a decent J1 goalkeeper, and he is exceptionally good at saving penalties. Um, as I'll swing back to the schedule just to show the cup run. We brought in a few players on loan. Um, Hedito Sugi, he has now gone back because his manager wasn't happy that I kept playing him as a inside forwards, and the loan deal, which I delegated to my director of football, essentially uh, the loan deal stipulated that he was going to play as a forward. That didn't happen. We've got too many better forwards, frankly. Also thought he'd be quite good out on the left as an inside forward because of his acceleration and pace. But hey ho, Yamaguchi, who is doing really rather well with 3 goals in J1, despite not being particularly amazing looking on paper. He's actually chipped in rather nicely. And Hon Mura, who is so he's coming on loan as an inside forward, and I'm pretty sure that's preferred role as a winger. Okay, no one's complained yet, but we've been playing him as an inside forward. We brought in Riku Yamada as a defensive midfielder, who can also play in a more defensive role in central midfield. He is currently injured and but due to come back. And then just because I apparently like buying forwards, yeah, I bought a whole bunch. So Sato, who we brought in for 475,000, pardon me, he does look really rather good in terms of finishing composure. So naturally is a poacher, and we might be able to fit him in as such. 5'4" though, so on the short side. This guy is absolute class. He can play on either side as a fullback, and the coach summary ratings suggest that he really is rather good. So he is another loan signing. Tanaka, I think we spoke about, but anyway, centre back. No, we didn't talk about him. So he's just in to bolster the ranks. So we've got 4 half decent centre backs, and then Genta Kasai, who is again another forward, highly rated, young, and has chipped in with a couple of goals and a couple of assists in the league since he's come in. So just circling back to the schedule, we have frankly really gone away with it in the League Cup so far. So we beat Sapporo. It was tied after 2 legs, and we won on pens, thanks to our goalkeeper. And again, the penalty situation in this game was absolutely ridiculous. People just missing left, right, and centre. So it ended 2-2 after 5 penalties. They missed their sudden death 6 pen, and we converted ours. So, but yeah, our goalkeeper's ridiculous. He just saves pens all the time. Other things to have happened. If I go to the board, I'm pretty sure there's another screen that shows this better, but in 4 weeks our youth facilities will improve, and in 2 months our training facilities will improve. So that's quite pleasing because we have an awful lot of high potential players, and we want them to come good, very, very young. We also had a bit of a turnover of staff, but we now have the best coaching across the board in J1, and we are getting there. We've improved our recruitment. Um, I've asked the board for another physio because we are absolutely appalling just in terms of that, but we can't find a physio that goes beyond 11 in terms of that particular attribute. So whether that will increase the odds, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it must do. And also, frankly, we've had pretty bad luck with injuries. Yamada's coming back from a fractured skull, suffered in training, which is particularly brutal. Yamada, as mentioned, he's coming back from, I think it was a twisted ankle. Um, this poor lad, who's just back up anyway as a right winger, he recently suffered a torn calf muscle, so he's going to be out for a while. And Mizuno suffered a broken foot, so he's going to be out for a while. So we haven't done particularly well on the injury front, but I'm hopeful with just trying to change up the tactics, trying to lean into some strengths. Whilst we don't have absolutely amazing crossing by any stretch of the imagination, we can't even rely on our IE to do that because his crossing's 4. But it's just something different until the AI figures out that how to adapt to that, and yeah, we'll just keep going with that. So I'm going to try and keep this video rather short and sweet as opposed to a 35 minute epic. And yeah, I'm not quite sure when I'll come back, but I'm just going to kind of continue to shuffle through this season. Really, this season is about consolidation. We're currently 9th and reasonably good value, just too many losses, frankly, but hopefully this change of tactics will stem the flow of losses. And yeah, I think it's just really about consolidation. Oh, one thing I did forget, and this is what happens when you absolutely freewheel your video with no kind of formal running order. If I go to last season, oh, we absolutely got away with it. We were 18th until the final day of the season, and we played against Nagasaki, I think, from memory. Let's find the schedule. Yeah, so we went on a horrible, horrible run of form. Absolutely horrendous. I didn't even, I took a holiday. I was just getting very disillusioned, and I never take holidays during a league season just because I don't trust the AI to do things. But one thing that the AI did on my little break was agree a new contract for me on the same wages, which I was a little bit disappointed by. So we looked set to go down, but Nagasaki were just above us, so we ended up winning 2-1. And the way that kind of shook out was, yeah, we kind of basically clung on. They had a penalty saved in the 78th minute when we were 2-1 up, and that was absolutely massive for us because we would have gone down, and I would have probably just jumped ship at that point, and yeah, I've been managing a new team. So as it is, we absolutely got away with it. So this season is about improving upon not finishing one place above the relegation zone. But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. If anyone has watched, anyone's got this far, and yeah, it would be great to hear from you in the comments. Any feedback about how you found the videos, but here's a nice short one for you. Oh, and also if you do let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to discuss in more detail in the next video. All right, many thanks. Bye.